On January 12, 2010, Haiti was going through an ordinary afternoon. People were working, students were in classrooms, and families were preparing for the evening. Then at 4:53 p.m. local time, the ground began to shake. What followed was one of the most devastating natural disasters of the 21st century. A powerful earthquake, measuring magnitude 7.0, struck just outside Haiti's capital city, Port-au-Prince. In less than a minute, entire neighborhoods collapsed, critical buildings failed, and hundreds of thousands of lives were changed forever. This was not just an earthquake, it became a massive humanitarian crisis that exposed deep vulnerabilities in one of the poorest nations in the world. The earthquake's epicenter was located near Léogâne, about 25 kilometers west of Port-au-Prince. This area sits on the Enriquillo Plantain Garden fault system, a major fault line running through the Caribbean. Because the quake struck so close to the capital, the impact was immediate and severe. Port-au-Prince was densely populated, with many buildings constructed without strong safety standards. When the shaking began, these structures had little chance of surviving. Within seconds, homes, hospitals, schools, and government buildings collapsed. Even the presidential palace and the main cathedral were heavily damaged or destroyed. Roads cracked open, communication lines failed, and the city was plunged into chaos. The destruction was overwhelming. Entire blocks of the capital city were reduced to rubble, concrete slabs stacked on top of each other, trapping people inside. Dust filled the air, making it hard to breathe or see. Survivors described hearing cries for help coming from beneath collapsed buildings. Estimates suggest that more than 220,000 people lost their lives. Over 300,000 were injured. Around 1.5 million people were left homeless almost overnight. This made the Haiti earthquake one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern history. More than 250,000 homes were destroyed or severely damaged. Thousands of schools were flattened, cutting off education for millions of children. Hospitals collapsed at the exact moment they were needed most. If this is helping you understand how quickly disasters can change lives, take a moment to like the video. It helps more people learn these important stories. Why the damage was so severe. Earthquakes of similar strength have struck other parts of the world with far fewer casualties. So why was Haiti hit so hard? One major reason was building quality. Many homes and buildings in Haiti were built without earthquake-resistant designs. Concrete was often poorly mixed, steel reinforcements were weak or missing, and safety regulations were rarely enforced. Another factor was population density. Port-au-Prince was overcrowded, with many people living in informal settlements built on unstable ground. Poverty also played a key role. With limited resources, there was little investment in disaster preparedness, early warning systems, or emergency response planning. When the earthquake struck, Haiti simply did not have the infrastructure needed to absorb the shock. Aftershocks and ongoing fear. The main earthquake was only the beginning. In the days and weeks that followed, dozens of strong aftershocks rattled the country. Some measured over magnitude 5.0. These aftershocks caused additional buildings to collapse and kept survivors in constant fear. Many people refused to return indoors, even if their homes were still standing. Families slept outside in the streets, parks, and open fields, worried that another quake could strike at any moment. The psychological toll was immense. Survivors were dealing not only with loss and injury, but also with ongoing trauma and uncertainty. The humanitarian crisis begins. With so much infrastructure destroyed, the humanitarian situation quickly worsened. Hospitals that survived were overwhelmed with injured patients. Doctors worked without electricity, proper equipment, or clean water. Many surgeries were performed in tents or open air. Food and clean drinking water became scarce. With supply chains disrupted, basic necessities could not reach those in need. Sanitation systems failed, increasing the risk of disease outbreaks. More than 1 million people were forced into temporary camps made of tarps, plastic sheets, and scrap materials. These camps were overcrowded and unsafe, especially during heavy rains. If you're finding this breakdown clear and useful, consider subscribing. This channel focuses on explaining major disasters in a way that's easy to understand. Global response and aid efforts. The world reacted quickly to the scale of Haiti's disaster. Governments, international organizations, and charities sent aid, rescue teams, and supplies. The United Nations, Red Cross, and countless NGOs mobilized to provide food, water, medical care, and shelter. Search and rescue teams pulled survivors from the rubble days after the quake, sometimes against incredible odds. These moments gave brief hope amid widespread devastation. Billions of dollars were pledged in international aid. Military forces from several countries helped reopen airports, clear debris, and deliver emergency supplies. However, despite the massive response, delivering aid was extremely difficult. Damaged ports, blocked roads, and limited coordination slowed efforts at a time when every hour mattered. Challenges and controversies. As months turned into years, questions began to emerge. Many Haitians and observers asked where the aid money went and why recovery was taking so long. Some reconstruction projects stalled, while others were poorly managed or never completed. Temporary camps remained in place far longer than expected. Many families lived in unsafe conditions for years after the earthquake. The disaster highlighted deeper issues, including political instability, weak governance, and lack of long-term planning. While emergency aid saved lives, rebuilding a country required more than short-term solutions. This raised an important lesson. Recovery from natural disasters is not just about responding quickly, but about rebuilding stronger and fairer systems. Share this video with someone who wants to understand how disasters affect entire societies, not just landscapes. Long-term impact on Haiti. Even more than a decade later, the effects of the 2010 earthquake are still felt in Haiti. Many people never returned to their original homes, economic growth slowed, and progress in education and healthcare was set back by years. The disaster also made Haiti more vulnerable to future crises. When hurricanes, floods, or disease outbreaks occurred later, the country was still recovering from the earthquake's damage. At the same time, the resilience of the Haitian people became clear. Communities supported each other, rebuilt neighborhoods, and continued moving forward despite enormous challenges. Their story is not only one of tragedy, but also of survival. Lessons the world should not ignore. The Haiti earthquake teaches powerful lessons about natural disasters. First, earthquakes do not kill people. Unsafe buildings do. Strong construction standards save lives. Second, poverty increases risk. When people lack resources, disasters hit harder and recovery takes longer. Third, preparedness matters. Early planning, education, and resilient infrastructure can reduce the impact of even the strongest natural events. These lessons apply everywhere, not just in Haiti. Natural disasters will continue to happen. The real question is how prepared societies are when they do. Outro, why this story still matters. The 2010 Haiti earthquake was not just a moment in history, it was a warning about what happens when nature meets inequality, weak infrastructure, and lack of preparation. Remembering, this disaster is not about revisiting tragedy, it is about learning, improving, and preventing future loss of life. If you want to keep learning about major natural disasters and the lessons they leave behind, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications. Your support helps keep these stories alive and helps spread awareness that can truly make a difference.